Okay guys, here we are with another video. This time I'll be going over the secret cards from Ultra Commission 6. So we've got three cards like usual. We're looking pretty fire, so just start with the first one. So this is the, the promo enemy secret card. This is Gogeta Zeno. And he's in the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. So pretty cool art. There's also like a close-up in the background there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, doing the Big Bang Kamehameha. And this is a new version. This is the Limit Breaker Big Bang Kamehameha. That's pretty cool. So here's Berserker type. His super attack is pretty high. Energy cost 9. But we'll get to that later. So I should go over his main ability first. So when he attacks each round, if you have less hero energy than the enemy team, then for every ally attacker, except for this card, you'll gain 1 hero energy. So with 7 attackers, including this card, that's plus 6 hero energy for your team, which is pretty good. The only problem is that in the meta, there's so many cards that can stop you from getting hero energy, especially on the first turn. So even though it's good, it's just hard to use, I think. Anyway, so that's if you have less hero energy than the enemy team. If you have more hero energy than the enemy team, then instead of that effect, his super attack will become automatically available. So obviously 9 hero energy is really high, but with that, it will become 0. That's pretty strong. And if you have 3 or more, then not only will this become 0 energy cost, but he'll be doing 4 times damage that turn, which is pretty insane. So it's pretty good. And he also has actually a second ability, which is pretty rare. And this is that at the start of every round, his power and guard will double, and he'll also get 2,000 power level. Of course, that's every round, so on the second round, that's 4 times power and guard, and plus 4,000. So definitely some pretty good stats he's getting, with these 2 abilities. He also has an Awoken Burst, and the extra effect is that for every hero energy you have on your team, the enemy's power will be lowered by 5,000. So if you have 10 hero energy, that's lowering it by 50,000, which is pretty, pretty broken. So it definitely has a lot to do with hero energy. So I guess it's pretty important to kind of manage that for your team, when you're using this card. But he definitely seems good. So yeah. Okay, so next we have a Dragon Ball GT secret card. This is Goku doing the Spirit Bomb, as you can see. And I believe they're calling it the Ultra Spirit Bomb. So you can see Goku, and then you got also Pan, Vegeta, Goten, Trunks, and Gohan. So really cool art there. He's a hero type. HP is actually really good. And he has the Dragon Fist Kamehameha as his super attack. And I believe this is the attack he used to destroy Super 17s. That's pretty cool, seeing it in the game finally. And only 3 energy is really cheap, compared to Gogeta Zeno with 9. That's, really, really good, cost. So yeah. So go over his main ability first. So when he attacks each round, for every ally supporter that you have, the damage of his Ultra Spirit Bomb will increase by 40%. So with 3 ally supporters, that's increasing it by 120%. So that's pretty strong. And that stacks each round. And the earliest you can use the Spirit Bomb is the second round, but you can delay it to later turns if you want to make it more powerful. It's pretty strong. So definitely can potentially be a really high damaging move. It's pretty cool. And then the second part of his main ability. So again, for every ally supporter that you have, this time it will decrease the damage that Goku's group receives by 10%. So if you have 3 ally supporters, his group will take 30% less damage. So yeah, so not bad. But I definitely think that the powering up and using the Spirit Bomb is his main strength, I guess, main use. And also the Spirit Bomb will also do key damage to the enemy, so potentially you can stun some enemies. That'll be pretty nice. And lastly, he has a unit with Trunks GT and Pan for 7 hero energy. And this is a revival unit, so if you use this unit and you get fainted, you'll revive with 1000 HP. But I already talked in the last info vid about how, not just revival units, but revival in general is just not really a thing anymore. So yeah, so you can kind of ignore that bit, but yeah, otherwise I'd say he's actually not bad. Definitely has potential, I think. So yeah, and really cool art as well. Okay, so last but not least, we have the movie 13 secret. This is Goku Super Saiyan 3, doing the Dragon Fist on Hirudegan. So pretty cool. Carter is absolutely amazing. That's just incredible, you know. So he's an elite type. HP is not too bad. And of course, his attack is the Dragon Fist Explosion. That's pretty nice. He also has a Dragon Fist, Ultimate Dragon Fist, as his card action ability, which is pretty funny. And the extra effect of this card action is that during this card action, he'll ignore the enemy's guard and damage reduction, which is pretty nice. He also has a unit with Gotenks and a Tapion, and it's a unit S, which is nice, so you don't actually consume the energy, and you need 4 energy to use it. And the effect of this is actually pretty strong. So what it does is that during the round you use it, the enemy can't make use of their fixed power level. Sorry, so they can't use their fixed power level, and also their regular power level is halved. So they're definitely gonna be suffering that turn. That's pretty strong. And Gotenks and Tapion both have some pretty good cards. Gotenks, his recent secret card is pretty strong, and Tapion also has a pretty good UR. So yeah, definitely not bad members, which is nice. And then his main ability. So first of all, I guess the big requirement is that the enemy team has to have at least one card that has a super ability. If they don't have it, basically the majority of this ability doesn't kick in. But if they do have one, then at the start of each round, this card's damage and power level will increase by 1.5 times. And in addition, if you also don't have a card with a super ability on your own team, then instead of 1.5 times, both his damage and power level will increase by 3 times. So that is pretty scary if you can manage to pull that 3 times boost off, because that's every round. So, second round that's 9 times each, and then third round that's 27 times each. If you manage to get to the final round, which is pretty rare, but if you did manage to get to the final round, it'll be what, 243 times, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, that's pretty strong. And then also, if he goes into the support area in any round, then at the end of that round, his power will triple, which is not bad, but definitely 3 times power level and damage each round potentially is just kind of scary. That's really, really strong. So yeah. And while it's obviously not guaranteed that they'll have a super ability user, it's not that uncommon. So definitely is usable. Yeah, so pretty cool. 3 amazing cards. I definitely think in terms of strength, they're all relatively even. And obviously I haven't actually played with these cards or played against them, but I think they're all relatively, not they don't seem that broken, at least compared to some of the more recent secrets. But I do think that the Goku 3 is probably the strongest, just because of that 3 times boost is just nuts. But although obviously it's not guaranteed, so yeah. But they all seem pretty usable. So yeah. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully I can get these guys soon. So yeah. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys.